So the people selling the Vesgantti mattress got in touch with me and said, would you like to try our mattress? I had a look. A single, £125. A king size, a super king, less than £200. I thought, that's a cheaper mattress. It's a level below what I've been, reviewing till now. Was that of interest to me? Had a closer look. Well, I can see they're all CertiPur certified. CertiPur is really good. It means it's certified for low VOCs. There's very strict controls over the chemicals that can go into the mattress. But CertiPur, bear in mind, only applies to the polyurethane foam, which would cover normal polyfoam and, of course, memory foam, but doesn't cover any other materials. But still, CertiPur certification in a mattress that does indeed have polyurethane foam on top is a good thing to have. I looked on Amazon, looked at the reviews, all pretty good, all mid-4s, 4.6, 4.5, 4.7. That's more than a lot of the other online, more expensive brands are getting, and that's across several hundred reviews across all their mattresses. So I thought, okay, people do ask about cheap mattresses, although it doesn't interest me. There's clearly an interest in them. I thought, well, let me give it a try. Not many companies are letting me have a mattress. Vesgantti joins a small but select club. Vesgantti, Lisa, Ergoflex, Emma, and Bruno. I think, and Uno, of course. They're the only companies that I think over 3 years now, during these reviews, have let me have a mattress, no holds barred. It's worth noting who does and who doesn't want their mattress opened up and examined in fine detail. Vesgantti joined that club. There it is. I unboxed it in an unboxing video about 3 weeks ago. I've now had a chance to get to know the mattress, and I can tell you all about it. First of all, I will say, without making you go to the end of the video, this has been a big surprise to me. I wasn't expecting much. And in terms of, I've got a mattress, is it comfortable to sleep on? Did I have a good night's sleep? For 3 weeks that I've used this, absolutely. I did have a surprisingly good sleep because I've become very sensitive to mattresses. I'm chopping and changing mattresses all the time. I'm very sensitive to the differences in them. I personally use, when I'm not testing a mattress, I will use a firmer mattress than I would personally like, and then I stick a topper over it. And I've always found now that's the best way to fine tune my mattresses, using a topper. For me personally, there are many reasons why I like to use a topper, not least because it's the top layer that goes first on these mattresses, and if you have a topper, it's easier to change your topper than the whole of the mattress. I didn't really miss my topper on this, other than to say it's a very springy mattress, so possibly not that shoulder friendly, but in terms of sleeping on my back, I'm a back sleeper, also a side sleeper, great on my back, possibly not so great on the shoulder, but I'm going to get to all that. I just wanted to cut to the chase and say I have had a positive experience, and it has surprised me. I will go as far as to say it shocked me with this mattress. So I was talking about the people who sell Vesgantti in this country. This is a Chinese made mattress, imported from China, sold all over the world. Now in the UK, as far as I can see, they've been online since 2012. Mattresses only online since about 2018, so a bit more recent. They do seem to be big sellers on Amazon, and the company in the UK that sells them is called Mazu Limited. I think they're called So Good, So Good on Amazon. So yeah, I'm sure they thought that was very clever. Anyway, the point being, the brand is Vesgantti, not necessarily the sellers. Websites are all Vesgantti branded. It is a box. It is a bed in a box. If you saw my unboxing, you would have seen it come in that box. And I had to take the wrapping off. Be very careful. There is a big warning saying, be careful, you may smack someone in the face or something like that. Indeed, as you cut the plastic, it has a vicious turn to it as it unfolds, more than I've ever seen on another mattress before. So yeah, I was warned beforehand. I did kind of laugh at that, but it was necessary. 100 night trial, whether you buy on the website or indeed it says 100 night trial on Amazon itself. The headlines, as I said, CertiPur certified in a proper cheap mattress. £125 for a single. That's cheap for a CertiPur certified mattress. It's CertiPur US, I will point that out, but still it's CertiPur certified. And indeed, if you go on CertiPur websites, Vesgantti is mentioned as a seller of their CertiPur certification mattresses. This is the Luxe Hybrid mattress. So it's got pocket springs, it's got full-size pocket springs. I'll show you in a minute exactly what it's got, because it was a bit of a mystery. There isn't much online exactly what the specs are. And indeed, there's no zip on the cover. So I've had to cut the cover to have a look inside, which I was always going to do. And it's kind of interesting what I found. It's a 10-year warranty, as in all of these companies that sell online. In fact, most of the companies are 10-year warranties. Always bear in mind that they will say they own it. It's only warranted after you get a certain amount of dip. I think on this one it's 3/4 of an inch, 2.5 centimeters, I believe, before it's covered by warranty. And normally it's going to be a problem even before you get to warranty stage if you've got a dip of that sort. It's not just Vesgantti who say that. All these mattresses have this as a standard warranty, 10-year warranty, but there's a certain amount of dip before you can even say, yeah, it's a warranty issue. So I'll show it to you in a bit more detail. The first mystery is the cover. The label says 100% polyester. Polyester is normally what these mattresses come with as a cover because it has fire retardant properties and it's quite stretchy and breathable. However, polyester, of course, is petrochemicals. So remember, that very top of it, even though it's all CertiPur certified, you've still got chemicals in your cover. Now, this is interesting because the label says 100% polyester. The top of this mattress, all across it, now, says cashmere. Cashmere, of course, is a quality soft wool. Wool is great in a cover because it does make it fire retardant. It means they don't have to add other chemicals to make it fire retardant. It's a good thing you do find them in mattresses for even just for that reason, as part of a blend. So I was a bit confused. I asked them, does it actually have cashmere wool in it? And they said, it's mostly polyester. I've got no idea what to make of that, other than the label says 100% polyester. This, it feels like a quality cover, I have to say. It's a really nice cover, as you can see. A bit of imagination has gone into the edging. There's different colours, it's raised, it's got the branding there. And it feels as though it's kind of coarse enough to be of wool. It's a bit thicker than a normal polyester cover. I would just say, if I came and looked at it now, yeah, I would say that's a quality cover. Now, whether it's actually got cashmere in or not, I don't know. And I can't really clarify that. Just to point out is, it may have some wool and it may be cashmere, but then it might not. You really want to know is, what is this mattress made up of? And of course, it's called the Luxe Hybrid for a reason. Boom, 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 boom. It's got full-size pocket springs. If you don't know, the difference between a pocket sprung mattress and a mattress that has an intercal that is basically one spring wound. It means pocket springs move individually. They are all individual. And a normal intercoil mattress, you push down on one bit, it's still going to move at the other bit because all the wire is connected. All the springs are connected. Whereas technically the pocket springs are not connected, but as you will see, they do come encased in a material, and that material depend on whether they're expensive or not expensive. Pocket springs, obviously this is a cheap mattress, we're not talking calico springs or anything like that, and they are glued together. Having said that, these two don't appear to be glued together, but technically they will all come glued, and so that's why there's a difference on quality and not quite quality pocket springs, because although they move individually, depending on how well they're being glued and what the material is, there will still be movement between them. However, pocket springs give you deep down support, is one of the major benefits, because normally if you have an all foam mattress, you push down, the moulding is more at the top, and as you get to the bottom it gets firmer. It's not such an individual moulding experience, whereas with pocket springs you're quite heavy, you're hitting the bottom layers that much more, you're getting good deep down support. I was think to say, if you're on the heavier side, pocket springs do a good job of giving you that deep down support that perhaps missing on an all foam mattress. So we've got pocket springs, and they're not just pocket springs, they are pretty big pocket springs. They are in fact 22.5 centimeters. That's a big old pocket spring. So most of the height of that mattress is your pocket spring in terms of active turns. So they talk about one complete 360-degree turn of the wire, which, by the way, is this is a tempered steel spring. You can get different materials depending on how high up the food chain you go. At this end, tempered steel is what you would normally get. But it looks to me like 5 active turns, which is kind of on the low side given the height of these springs. You can't really read too much into that because there's many factors that go into the feel of a pocket spring. Just to say that the difference, why I'm pointing it out, is the closer these active turns are to each other, so if you have more active turns, it takes less pressure to collapse that part of the pocket spring, which means it can be a bit more responsive to your body movements. The less active turns, the firmer it's going to be, the more pressure it takes to depress that pocket spring. So less reactive to your movement. But what has really surprised me here is it's edge to edge. Normally at this price level and above, you get boxing in. I did an unboxing, I did a review on the Lisa luxury hybrid mattress. One of the big pluses I said was, oh, it's got edge to edge. Normally they box them in with foam because the downside normally of pocket springs is not great edge support. And you're going to start getting a roll-off effect as you come to the edge. You don't get it on this, by the way. So it's normally, it's a good thing to have edge to edge, but you don't normally get it because they don't normally have enough edge support, and so they have to use foam, which means you have a less consistent feel across the mattress. And that's why it is something you would like to have in a pocket sprung mattress. The pocket springs going edge to edge, and normally you pay a premium for that. Certainly not the case with Vesgantti. Got to point out, the pocket springs are the base of the mattress. That means you often get something below that, whether it's foam or whatever, to stabilize those pocket springs. And it also means you can put it on slats without too much of a problem. Now, if you put this on a slated base, of course, a lot of those pocket springs are going to be hitting plain air, and it's going to damp. It's not going to be a great experience. It's not something you want to do. And if you're going to put this on a slated base, I would say cover that with MDF chipboard or something like that, so it becomes a solid base. So yeah, you do want a solid base, I would say, with this Vesgantti Luxe hybrid mattress. I'll also show you, this one's a bit different, and why it looks like there's no zip on it, because you've got 2 layers of polyurethane foam. So you've just got this 2 centimetre layer, but the 4 centimetre layer is actually incorporated into the cover. So this whole cover is basically 4 centimetres in height of polyurethane foam. And when you see on the website they talk about having egg crate foam, or when it's good because you get airflow, you do get airflow, but of course egg crate shape means a lot of the foam is missing, so it's softer, you do get more airflow, but remember the density is lower because there is less. I don't know what the density is on this polyurethane foam top 2 layers. It's not going to be an easier job to weigh them or measure them for density. So I haven't actually done that, and I don't think it's fair anyway at this price level. I think you know what to expect at this price level. However, to say it's incorporated into the top cover. And as you can see, it's a quilted design, and these pockets mean you're going to get little pockets of air below you. It's going to help keep this mattress as a cool sleeping mattress. I think this would be a good option for sleeping cool, because you've got most of the mattress is the pocket springs. They go edge to edge. You've got a lot of airflow below you. You've got some airflow right below you, so because it's got the quilted design, so there are air gaps, and there's no memory foam. Obviously, memory foam, one of the downsides is heating issues. What you want to know is, all right, mate, well, also tell us how many pocket springs are there. You will hear various recommendations on number of pocket springs. Pocket springs are normally measured on the size of a king size. If I count the pocket springs in my mattress, and I work out how many you get in a king size, it's just over 700. It's not a particularly high count, and you will see some people recommend, well, the minimum that you want is about 1,000, and if they're full-size pocket springs, the minimum you could get anyway is about 600. It's quite a complicated equation to work out how many springs you get. Remember, you know, they're trying to design this to a certain feel. The more springs you have, the more pocket springs there are taking your weight, so each one will depress less, and that adds up to a firmer feel. Less pocket springs, all things being equal, gives you a bit of a softer feel. Just to say, it's a 28 centimetre high mattress, 22.5 centimetres pocket springs, the rest made up by the polyurethane foam on top. It weighs in at an average density of 41 kilos per cubic metre. I know we're not talking about foam, but it's still a useful indicator of what you're getting for your money. And that's what I would expect. It's about an average density. So not low by any means. I know there's not much actual foam, but in terms of the weight and what you're getting, about what I would be hoping for actually. So what's it like? I mentioned that I've had a good sleep and I find it comfortable because in terms of firmness, I was expecting to get a strong sense that I'm laying on the pocket springs, but I can't feel that. It actually feels quite soft on top, although there's a lot of bounce. So I have found this quite comfortable. I've not had any issues. I do have lower back issues. I haven't had any issues in the 3 weeks I slept on it, which was a major surprise to me. So where does it fit in terms of firmness? In terms of the other mattresses that I have tried, I would say it's on the softer side of medium, probably, you know, where you would want to be. I know orthopedically a mattress is said to be best when it's on the firm side. There's still arguments that may not be all it's cracked up to be in advice. However, just to point out, it's on the softer side of medium. If you're looking for an orthopedic type mattress, maybe a bit soft for you. It sits just below Lisa Original and Ergoflex in my particular testing. I also need to point out firmness levels, and when you give, like I'm trying to give, a one score fits all, it's still quite complicated firmness levels because, as you can see, mattresses normally are layered, going from soft to firm, normally. And that means, depending on your weight, you interact with the deeper layers differently. And because people spec their mattresses differently, you get some mattresses that are softer on top than the others, but have firmer bases. And depending on your weight, that will feel more firm or more soft to you compared to other mattresses. So when you try and give an average score, it's going to depend on your weight. I try and give something that hits a middle ground, but also, for instance, memory foam will go on sinking for hours after you're laying on it. So the amount of time you spend in one position affects how each mattress will feel to you in terms of firm. Just try and point out there are several factors. And when people say to me, oh, you said this mattress was firmer than that, or this was softer than that, it's a general guide. You know, you've got to be thinking about it a little bit. I can only give a general guide. Nobody can tell you exactly what a firmness level is. I'm honest about that. Other people just say this is well, if you go by the websites, they'll tell you it suits everybody. It's absolutely medium firm, blah, blah, blah. Without, you know, which is ridiculous because depending on your weight, it's going to feel different to you, let alone all the other factors. But it's something to bear in mind. I'm giving it to you straight. I'm saying these are my average scores, but it could be different for you depending on your weight. On average, it sits just below Lisa Original. And the Ergoflex, this makes it softer side of medium. It's a little bit firmer than Nectar and Simba. And the Una that I recently reviewed. And indeed, the very popular Casper mattress. So what does that mean? So technically, that sort of firmness level will probably be all right for being on your side. But because it's very bouncy, because it's pocket springs and there's a lot of pushback, that's not particularly shoulder friendly. Also, I think it's will be okay for tummy sleeping. Obviously, when you're on your tummy, you want a firmer feel. I think it's just about will be okay if you're of average size on your tummy. But certainly from a back sleeping point of view, I found it very comfortable with no aches. I have to say I'm shocked. Now, the question is, it's a cheap mattress. Does that mean I never have to buy an expensive mattress? You've got to remember, you're paying not really for better comfort, you're paying for better longevity. That you don't want the firmness to change too much in a short period of time. Now, I can't tell you in 6 months' time whether this is going to start changing dramatically or how long it's going to be till it's just too soft in one particular area and makes it unusable. be realistic, it's a cheaper mattress. It may hold up as long as other mattresses, but you know, you talk about latex mattresses lasting 20, even 30 years. But proper natural latex is a premium material. You pay a lot of money for that. Pocket springs, you know, you get them in all sorts of materials, more expensive materials. Should it be holding up longer? So one big factor that I can't tell you is the longevity of this mattress. But at this price level, you're probably thinking, well, if it lasts me a year, that's fine, job done, and I'll get another one. But you also may be someone who is not that sensitive to a mattress, and even when it's completely changed, it's still fine for you. I just want to point out, it's one thing I can't tell you, and you be realistic at this price level. I did say edge support, not normally something that's great on a edge-to-edge pocket sprung mattress, but it's not too bad. So it's not the greatest I've done, and it is collapsing a bit. My feet are not on the floor, and don't forget, all my pressure is on one area. In terms of the roll-off effect, I'm laying here and I go to the edge. I'm not falling off. It's you know, depressing a little bit, but it's honestly, it's not at my weight, 13. Well, I'm nearly 14 so now, but I'm not rolling off the edge at all. I don't feel like I'm going to roll off the edge. I don't feel there's a roll-off effect on this mattress. And that's what you want to know when the pocket springs are edge to edge. But I have to say, in terms of actual edge support, it's still the bottom end of mattresses that I have tried. The best being the Lisa Luxury Hybrid, another pocket sprung mattress. And that does tell you the difference when, you know, between two pocket sprung mattresses, but a significant difference in the edge support when they both have pocket springs going edge to edge. Point elasticity, how well does it mold to your body? You push down in one area, you only want that one area depressing. Push that down, it's not too bad. That is quite good. It's one of the better mattresses of the ones I have personally measured. So that, I mean, that is a strong point of a pocket spring. If you don't have good point elasticity on a pocket sprung mattress, what are you paying for? You're paying for that deep down support. That's a 16 kilo weight. It's pressing down there, and basically it's not affected from outside of that area. So the molding on it is pretty good. You're getting good deep down support. In terms of, while I've got that weight out, showing you how springy it is, I just got to do that. That's the spring. That's a springy, bouncy mattress, which brings me to another point. Is it a good mattress for sex? Well, if your criteria is it's got to have a bit of feedback, if you see what I mean. So you want a bit of spring, a bit of bounce. You don't want a dead feeling as in memory foam, although of course it's a matter of taste, but it also must be quite comfortable. A lot of times springy mattresses are quite firm, but this is on the softer side and springy. I think this is quite a good mattress for sex. But I have to point out, in terms of how heavy can you be, on their website what weight it's recommended for. So it does state on the website 90 kilos per person for the hybrid mattress. 90 kilos is a bit below the average, which I would say is normally around 118 kilos as a recommended weight. Now, that seems to be a generic statement for across their brand rather than this mattress. I will point out, however, that is what they say is a recommended weight, which isn't particularly heavy. It's a bouncy, springy mattress. Brings me to the last thing I'm testing. I think people want to know. Your partner moves and you're laying there sleeping. They're getting up for whatever they're getting up for, or getting back into the bed. You don't want to feel that movement. You don't want them waking you up. Motion transfer. What's it like for motion transfer? And the clue is this is a springy, bouncy mattress. Motion transfer is not going to be its plus side. Memory foam is the best material on top for motion transfer. But in terms of motion transfer, as I could have predicted, that's probably its weakest side. There is a lot of motion transfer across this mattress. It's actually worse than all the mattresses I've tried for motion transfer, apart from Una in its firm configuration, and indeed the extremely bouncy, springy, firm Bruno mattress. So I think I can wrap this video up by saying I've been pleasantly surprised by this mattress. I can't tell you how long it would last. Normally I would say the biggest issue and the biggest difference between a cheap mattress and a very expensive mattress normally is and should be longevity. Some mattresses be warranted for 20 or more years. This is a 10-year warranty, limited warranty, in line with these other online companies. But if you want to take a punt, if you want to take a chance, it's cheap enough and you still get a 100-night trial. In terms of comfort, I didn't have an issue. You know, this has not been ruined my back. I have to point out, it is a Chinese import, which may or may not matter to you, but it is CertiPur certified. So overall, yeah, I think it's a very interesting mattress. I think, yeah, absolutely, it could be one, it should be one on your shortlist. I can't really say anything negative. Obviously, I could pick holes in it, but this is £125 single mattress here. What I mean, so if I'd really bought that as my first mattress, and it was because I had backaches and I'm sleeping on it, I'd be quite happy now. I've tried many IKEA mattresses costing more, and well, they were unusable to me, to be honest. And you can't just send them back. I think you get one exchange if it's still the same on IKEA. So I hope this video is of use to you. I hope you do see what it does and what it doesn't offer, what may be the weaknesses of this mattress. Maybe worth a punt. So thank you for watching.